Starting out with the first one, I call Flicker Effect. Go to Effects Library, open Effects, get the Flicker Addition, leave it over the clip, and then you can preview the clip. If that is what you like, you can keep it like this, but if not, you can go to Effects and adjust the range, smoothness and the speed of your liking. And most of my cases, I like to increase the speed of the flicker. For this one, we are gonna add a blur in the selected part of the clip. So first go to Effects Library and look for Adjustment Clip, then drop it over the footage on the timeline. Adjust the length of the adjustment clip, make it as long as you wish the blur to continue. Then go back to Effects Library, open Effects and type blur. Then take the radial blur and leave it over that adjustment clip. And just like the previous one, if that is what you like, you can keep it like this. If not, you can go to Inspector, then Effects, and increase or decrease the smooth strength. In this case, I'm increasing the strength because I think it will look better. Then you can preview to see what you have. And when you're happy, you can add the fading in the beginning and the end to add some smoothness. So as you saw on the trailer, if you want to add some shining, some lightning or something like a smoke or any other type of these things, you just need to leave that over the main footage, adjust the length of it, highlight it, then go to Inspector, and on the compositive mode, go to Screen. That way you will keep only the main part. In my case is that lightning. Then I'm going to Effects Library, and in the Open Effects I'm looking for a mirror. So I'm dragging and dropping it over the lightning, and that's because I want to have another one. Then I'm going to Effects, and I'm selecting the Flip option. And after that I'm going to the Video, which is also in the Inspector. And this is personal, but you can play with the settings here and adjust it the way that you want to see them. And also if it's too bright, you can go down on the opacity and reduce it. In my case it looks just fine, so I'm keep it on 100. And this is what I have. Okay, I have the footage on the timeline. I'm highlighting it, holding Alt and drag it, making two copies over each other. Then I'm highlighting both of them, number 2 and 3. And then I'm opening the Inspector, going on the opacity and changing it to about 50%. You can do less than 50, but the principle is to reduce it. Then go back on the timeline and go to the moment where you wish this effect to appear. When you have it, highlight the second clip, go to the Inspector, and we're gonna start creating keyframes. We're gonna use position XY. Click the diamond to start with the first one. Then I'll open the down menu so I can keep track of the keyframes. In my case, I'm moving 5 frames forward, and I'm doing it with that amount because I know it's gonna match the jumping of the character. The key part about these keyframes is to make them synchronize with the video. So as I said, I'm moving 5 frames forward, creating a keyframe, which is in values of 300 of position X. Then I'm moving 2 or 3 keyframes forward, and without changing any values I'm creating a keyframe because I don't want these clones to disappear immediately. Then moving 5 frames forward, and I'm bringing the position X back to 0. So far I'm having in and out position and 2 or 3 frames holding in the middle. Now I'm highlighting the third clip, I'm positioning the timeline marker over the first keyframe of the second clip, creating a keyframe again, and then also opening the menu so I can keep track of the keyframes. Then I'm moving the mouse forward, it will automatically appear over the second keyframe of the second clip. Now I move the position X this time on -300, which is the opposite way of the second clip, moving the mouse forward, which is bringing the timeline marker over the third keyframe of the second clip, and then the last keyframe with the values of 0 again. And basically whatever you're doing with the keyframes, make sure they are synchronized between clip number 2 and 3. Now I'm gonna do a quick preview and then show you something else. If you want to avoid these hard cuts, you can click this icon. Now we are gonna modify the keyframes a little bit, and for that we need to select each one individually. So I'm highlighting the first one, and then I'm going up here and I'm selecting this tool. You may not see right now because it's happening in a short diapason of frames, but the jumps in between the keyframes are not edgy and they become smoother. And then I'm highlighting the second clip, clicking this icon again, and then doing the same for the other ones. And there are many other things in here that we can improve. In my case, I noticed that it's too bright and I'm losing color. So I'm highlighting again video number 2 and 3 and going to the inspector again. And I'm bringing the opacity from 50 to around 35. And also something else very important that you can do here. If you don't want the whole footage to move, if you want to use just the character, you can go in the color tab. And it is best to use the tracker and to use a masking. But in my case I'm gonna do just a circle masking, because I only want to get rid of the edges of the frame. And also when I'm done, I'm increasing the softness by a lot, because I don't want this masking to be noticeable. Also when I'm done with this one, I'm going to the other clip and I'm doing the same procedure with the circle masking. And now let's preview it one more time. And now for example, let's say that we're missing something and it is not well synchronized. You can just open the down menu on the keyframes and move them left and right, either to decrease or increase the duration. And last but not least, something very useful and quick, we're gonna do a speed ramping on this one. First I'm going to the part where I want the effect to appear, and then I'm pressing Ctrl R. Then I'm selecting the down menu next to the percentage. Then I'm adding a speed point. This will be the beginning. And then we're gonna add another speed point. So I'm going to the area which I want this ramping effect to end. And like I said, I'm creating another speed point. And now I have 3 parts of the video. I'm going to the first one, and on the down menu next to the percentage, I'm selecting it. Then change clip speed. And in my case, I'm gonna make it on 150%. Then I'm going to the last part of the video, change clip speed and making it 150 again. And then in the middle part, change clip speed and I'm making it on 50. Now we have a little speed ramping, but we can do something else to improve it, and that is to add some smoothness. And for that reason, I'm highlighting the video footage, right click, and then I'm selecting the retime curve. And then on this display, on the top left side, you can see the retime frame. I'm selecting the down menu, and then I'm going all the way to the bottom. I'm deselecting retime frame, and I'm selecting retime speed. That is because I want to modify the retime speed. And now as you can see, we have the beginning, the middle and the end, respectively 150, 50 and 150. And just like the previous effect with the keyframes, we want to add some smoothness. So I'm highlighting this keyframe, selecting this tool on top, and you can pull this sign. And if you want some more DaVinci Resolve effect, make sure to watch this video, I recommend it. Also leave a like, comment and subscribe, and see you in the next one.